Yes, it is all about the self-love journey. I have some amazing hair, okay? People buy this stuff in weed, okay, and it grows out of my scalp for free. So I'm just embracing all of this natural beauty, this radiance, this wonderful woman that God has already created me to be. Whew. Hey loves, thanks so much for tuning in. It's your girl chanellenovosey, and today I wanted to just sit down and talk with you guys. This is going to be a totally unfiltered video. I'm not going to edit it or anything like that. So anytime you see me sit on this couch, that means I'm about to talk about something real. So the last few weeks, and mostly in the month of March, I've been consistent a little bit with uploading videos on YouTube, but not interacting. Also not uploading content on my Instagram. There's a reason for that. I know I made a commitment and I'm doing my hardest to fulfill those commitments, but I don't want to get too filtered in this video. I'm gonna just keep it all the way 100 and catch you guys up to speed as to what's been going on in my life. So today's Tuesday, March 26th or something like that. March 26th, I think. So I am in my third week of counseling, of going to see a therapist, and it's been a lot. So I want to feel like comfortable and safe saying these things. You guys know I've talked to you on several occasions about relationships and all of those things. So I'm seeing a therapist because at 35 I'm realizing that there's a lot of things that I've been through that I need to speak with somebody about and to unpack everything, you know. So that's why I'm recording this video today. I feel like I had a successful therapy session today, and I wanted to come on and share those insights that I learned from that therapy session with you guys without any fear of like, oh my god, this is going on the internet. Yes, the whole objective in sharing this video is not for scrutiny, it's not for critique. These are my opinions, my emotions, and what I plan to do is to hopefully reach people who are going through the similar thing. Or even if you can relate, that's fine. Really, I am recording this video so that I can hear myself say these things, so I can later on go back and watch it and see my own progression, okay? So let's get right into it. So I just got out of a long-term relationship. It ended a few weeks ago, and I won't get into the specifics of it, maybe on a different video, but it was heartbreaking. It was definitely hard to go through. And just to skip past all of that, a friend of mine, he will actually be on the channel coming up very soon here. I have been friends with him for 20 years. He's a great guy, friend of mine, by the name of Martel D. If you're watching, shout out to you. He has an amazing podcast that he's coming out with, and he'll be on this channel sometime soon. So he sent me over a free book on Audible, and he said, have you ever read Charlemagne's book, Shook Ones, about anxiety and stuff? And I was like, no. And he was like, you definitely should read it. So I started to read it, but at the time I was still in my relationship at the time. And I started to read it, and I dropped off from reading it. And, or was this after my breakup? You know what? It was after my breakup, which is a whole story. after my breakup, he sent me over the book. I read it and then I was like, whoa, this is crazy. And I stopped reading it for a few days because when you read about anxiety, you get anxiety. Even saying anxiety gives me anxiety. You know, so I stopped for a little bit. I got a little busy, but I picked it back up again. It's Audible. It's not like I'm actually reading it. Somebody is reading it to me. So I'm sitting at my desk at work. I'm listening to it. And there was a lot of traumatizing things and shook ones that I could relate to that I went to. I'm just giving you guys my backstory before I get into the thick of my therapy sessions. So all this led up to where I'm at right now. So I read Shook Ones. I gave Charlemagne the God a shout out on Twitter because the book literally changed my life. That same week, I was like, I'm going to schedule an appointment with a therapist because I understood that PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder, was something that I was experiencing from all the trauma that I've dealt with from childhood, adolescence, as well as in adults. That I've dealt with so much stuff that I have been just unhealthily not dealing with. And so much of all of those things have made me who I am today, and not all of those things are good things, right? Like not taking care of myself or not loving myself the way that I should be loved. So that same week, I made an appointment with a therapist, and I thank my dear friend so much for sending that book over to me. And you need friends like that who will call you out and be like, here's a book, I'm here for you, but here's some resources, right? So I really do thank him for that book. So I made the therapy appointment, and then I'm gonna keep it a buck. I found out that the therapy place is at a church. Now, I know a lot of my subscribers and followers are church members, but I'm gonna keep it real, and this is my truth, not anybody else's. A lot of the things that I dealt with as a child came from trying to be perfect and trying to love everybody so much, I'm forgetting about myself. So when I found out the therapy was at a church, it kind of put me off. I was like, not that I'm straying away from the church, but I'm moving towards a spiritual relationship with God, and I'll express this in depth in a different video with you guys. That's why it's like, yes, I'm Christian, but that's a whole nother story. Anyway, back to the subject, alright? So, I found out that it was a church, and I was like, I'm not going. I tried to debunk the childhood ways that I was raised out of my system, the ones that were negatively impacting me as an adult. If you understand, you understand. If you don't, you don't. And I'm not going to explain myself, okay? So I got a little bit off put by that, but I went anyway. Like, okay, you probably should still go, all right? So I went, and oh my gosh, she was like, we just use this as a building. There's no judgment here, none of that. My therapist was amazing. I was like, oh my God, I use the past tense word was. She still is my therapist, but on that day I was like, she's amazing. I definitely want to continue this. And we unpacked some stuff that I had been suppressing for years that I had no idea that was affecting my adulthood, okay? Now, that week, I could not sleep. It was so weird, and I didn't associate it with that. I just thought I was overly stressed. You guys couldn't tell because I've been uploading videos and, you know, carrying on about my life as normal. But, I mean, I was having eye twitches. Like my eye would just twitch, just a stress sensor. When you're stressed out, your body reacts. Like I felt okay, but consciously my body was like, I am stressed. Like I was like in a panic, in an anxiety feeling, just my thoughts were consuming me, my eyes were twitching, I couldn't sleep. I was under severe stress from this breakup, from this unraveling of my post-traumatic stress that I had been dealing with, and so I couldn't sleep at night. So it didn't happen exactly afterwards, but somewhere in that week, I wasn't able to sleep for 2 days straight. Literally, was just laying in the bed, unable to sleep, and I'm like, I'm praying, and I'm like, God, what is it? Do you want to speak with me? What should I do? Like kneeling, just like, what is going on here? and I had no idea what was wrong with me. I was like, something is wrong. Like something obviously. I know I was dealing with the breakup and, you know, I guess grieving or whatever over the loss of the individual who no longer is in my life, thank God. But I didn't know that me unpacking stuff from therapy was interacting with my sleep. Okay. So the next week when I went there, I told her, I was like, I couldn't sleep for like 2 days. Now the third day, I saw it about to happen. I was like, oh no ma'am, I'm going to be taking something to help me relax. So I took, you know, some sort of a sleep aid to help that, because I was like, I can't afford 3 days without sleep. Literally, I felt like I was a zombie. So I was like, no, I'm going to get some sleep. I'm going to take a sleep aid. So I did that. I'm just trying to catch you guys up to my therapy journey as of late. So then that happened, and the second therapy session, I almost cried. Now, I don't cry very easily. I used to cry a lot as a child, and I used to be called a crybaby. I am sensitive, but that's not a negative thing. I've learned that my sensitivity is definitely a power, especially in a desensitive world that we live in. You need sensitive people. So if you ever deal with people who are sensitive, please don't shun them from that. Being sensitive is great. It's amazing. You just have to know what times to be sensitive. You have to balance your emotions properly. Anyway, so second week, I almost cried. I've become professional at like sucking my tears back if I can, or like suppressing myself from crying when I don't want to around people who I'm not necessarily comfortable with. But it was like a lot of stuff that had been happening to me, childhood, adulthood, that I had been dealing with, which all stem from like a low sense of self-worth and self-esteem. So the realization of all these things that had been going on, it brought me to tears, right? But I didn't let them drop. You know, like Jay-Z's song goes, I can't see him coming down my eyes, so I gotta let the song cry. You know, like I love that song because I do live through music, okay? If you can relate, comment below. But that's just another part of the therapy, all right? So today was therapy session number 3, all right? So in today's therapy session, and meanwhile I have been sleeping better since then. I've been working on my self-esteem, my self-love, and all those things. And you probably say like, that's crazy, Chanel, you're beautiful, you're talented, how can you have low self-esteem? How can you have low self-worth? You have no idea what people go through on a day-to-day basis, or what they deal with internally, and what you may see exteriorly is not what always emits externally. So I am doing so much work to, one, know my standards and my boundaries when it comes to everything: family, friends, loved ones, work, myself, things that I will say yes and no to, wasting my time with stuff, when to like call it a night, when I feel like someone is saying or doing something, speak up. And that part is hard for me because I come from a people-pleasing background, and so my natural nature is always just give, which then ties to my relationship to Christianity. We're always taught give, forgive, and it removes a sense of self-worth sometimes if it's done at such a level where you're not considering yourself nor your feelings. Please do not be in my comment section going in about the Bible and you know, how much you're supposed to forgive, listen, these are my opinions, my views. I have the right to be able to express who I am on my channel in hopes that someone else can relate to this and that it will help set them free as well. So I've learned all those things through childhood, just like give. And I am a giver quite naturally. But oftentimes, where that low self-esteem, where that low sense of self-worth was stemming from, was that continuously giving. So I'm doing the work, you guys. I am I'm digging deep into some things that I have been suppressing for so long. So I know it's fine that I take time off of YouTube and off of social media to do that. But do I feel bad? Yeah, because I want to give you guys consistent content. But I understand now more than anything how important it is to take care of Chanel. Whether that comes to my Etsy shop, my YouTube channel, my work, you know, what I do as a 9 to 5. Chanel, me, I am so important to me now that nothing is going to stop me from being the best me. I cannot wait to see. Oh my God, I'm so excited. I cannot wait to see what other people see in me, right? I can't wait to see how amazing I am, like how other people see me. Not that I don't, but it's in one ear and out the other. Compliments really just slip through my. I've been hearing, "You're so pretty your whole life," my whole life. I've been hearing that since I was. It's like, okay, you know. And until I get that, until I get how beautiful I am. And this is just me being raw and real. You could say you're so beautiful. It's like, you guys, just please don't. It's like, I am just expressing these things to you because somebody else may be dealing with this, you know? Like, I am working on me so that when I hear the word beauty, without makeup, without weave, and all these other things, I can correlate those words to myself. I've always worked on these things, so it's not like I never knew. Or not like I've always been into self-help. If you've been a subscriber, you already know these things have always been my journey. But I'm digging deeper and like removing all of the masks and saying like, who is Chanel? Who am I at my core? Even when it feels uncomfortable to be me, still be me. You know? Like, even when I feel nervous and my voice shakes and I stumble and I don't enunciate properly or correctly say words, which a lot of you guys do correct me on, and it's so annoying because you don't know what struggles people have. I have people who try to grammatically correct me, and it's not that I'm not open to it, but if you only knew what I deal with already trying to fix who I think I am, you giving me grammar correction is not helping me at this moment. I hear myself, I edit videos, I hear those words, I'm aware of the way that I speak. Trust me, you have no idea how much courage it takes to upload a YouTube video. But look how courageous, see what I mean? Courageous I am at this moment to share myself with you guys even right now, okay? And put this video on an internet that lasts forever, right? If you're on this self-love journey and if you've considered doing therapy, it's totally worth it. It's not a taboo. I really do wish I wouldn't have waited till I was 35 and started doing therapy. I really do wish that I would have started later on or early on in life. But I'm happy at where I'm at right now. It's such a blessing to, oh my God, like I leave these sessions feeling absolutely empowered, absolutely enlightened, learning more about myself. If anything, I've learned like I am so much more than enough, like so much more than enough. And like the love for myself is enough to sustain the day, the week, the year, my lifetime. People are just passing by. People are literally just coming in, passing by through your life. Even your husband, your wives, your loved ones, they are there, but they won't be there with you for an eternity. Even when it comes to family, we are all just on a limited time. So whether they come or they go, that sounds really harsh, right? But I love therapists that keep it so real with me because really that's who I am. Like I love rawness. I love like really like hitting it because I am that person too. And some of you guys don't know that because I'm so nice and I show you guys this super nice Chanel. And I am naturally a nice person, don't get me wrong, but I love like bold truths. I love tough love. I love it when someone can speak with love and give you correction. That's beautiful. Not everybody possesses that skill to be able to say something to you in a loving manner. Whether that be you speaking to a sensitive person and them not being able to receive it, which I can be at times. So I'm learning to just be open to the people who actually know me and can give me that love, that tough love in a loving way, right? So I say all of this really for myself, which may sound selfish, but I feel good in giving this video to my community in hopes that someone will take this video and have the courage to, one, be themselves, live their truth, go to therapy. If you can afford it, I know it's not available for all people. If you can't afford it, there's resources like YouTube, okay? There's so many amazing people on YouTube giving free advice. And if you're watching me, you can definitely watch some of these channels so that you can begin to counsel yourself, reparent yourself, and help yourself be the best you that you can be, okay? So if you can't afford therapy, there's those options. If you can, it always feels good to be able to go into a room with an individual who has no idea who you are. None. Like, my therapist does not know me. I can be genuine and authentic with her because she doesn't even know me. She's not gonna like stab me in the back or like any of those things. She's a human being I've never even met. And if you can't show up to therapy being authentic and real, like who can you be authentic and real with? You know, it's a complete stranger that I'm able to go in, tell what's going on in my life, and they're certified doctors basically who have studied these things to be able to look at your characteristics and your behavioral traits and be able to give you really good information. And they should be able to dig and figure out what it is that you need help with. I can see myself being a completely different person in the next 3 to 6 months. I am committed to this journey of self-love, and this is raw self-love. Like, this is the real self-love, the thick of it, where it's like, I don't care what nobody says, I don't care if nobody watches, I don't care, this is my truth and I'm going to live in it, you know? I just want to tell, sorry, my camera stopped. So, I just want to tell myself as I watch this video, as I record it, that like, the stuff that I have been through, whew, I've been through a lot, but it made me a better person. Where I am is not a mistake, and daily I'm going to work on speaking to that child inside of me that needs that rehab, that needs that therapy, that confirmations, affirmations of love, and self-identity to say, hey, you are beautiful, you are amazing, I love you so much, and no one can love me more than I can love myself, you know? I am so grateful for the woman that I have turned out to be, despite my heartbreak, my heartache, the things that I have been through. I am much better because of it. My self-worth is on such a high level now that I have been through those things. I'm really proud of myself for going to therapy. I'm really proud of myself. I'm really proud of myself for committing to it too. But had it not been for having an amazing therapist, I wouldn't continuously be committed to it. I tried to go to therapy about 2 years ago in Georgia. An individual she was so stern. This one just lets me talk. She lets me vent. She just lets me hear myself. And she gives me silence. And so another thing, if you do deal with anxiety and you feel like you have to always fill up a room with empty words, just sit in your silence. That's like showing yourself you know that you're enough. I grew up in a household where it's like you have to always explain yourself, always talk, fill up a void, fill up a space with empty words. It's like it is okay to just sit and be and just know and trust. Like, if I don't have nothing to say, that's fine. That's fine. You don't have to consistently go and fill up. But I'm untraining myself these things because these are things that I've dealt with since I was a child. So there's a lot of work to be done, and I'm very happy at where I'm at. And I got a lot of awesome projects I want to do. I do want to start, I know I started the meetup. I also feel like there's like love and relationship stuff that needs to be discussed. I would love to bring people. I've always wanted to have like a panel podcast, sort of a channel where I like sit and bring people in. I don't want to integrate too much into my channel right now. I've been that person before, trying to do everything under the sun. If you see a podcast pop up here and there, which you will see because, like I said, my friend who purchased the book for me, Martel D, he will be on the show. We have a podcast set up in my studio area. He is going to record some stuff here. So if you do see a podcast, that will happen because I do have the setup for that. But I would love to like bring other people onto my channel. That's what the meetup started out from. But I wanted to focus it on entrepreneurs and event design and stuff like that. But I do want to do like be able to express myself when it comes to like love and relationships. I love talking about love. I love talking about relationships. I love talking about energy. Definitely God. Spirituality is always a key for me. But I will always be a person, despite my heartbreak, that loves love. And after getting out of this last situation, I was like, ooh, I don't know if I can do that again. That's a lot, you know? But now, as the days go by and I get stronger, I'm quite sure that love will happen. I'm almost for certain. I'm not rushing it. I'm not trying to make it happen. So, yeah. Wow. You know, you just never know when you'll need help, when you'll need assistance. I've always tried to fix everything on my own. I've always been like this super strong person. You know, I got it. Like, I can do anything. I really do believe that. Like, anything. This, I can't do by myself. I can't. So, as therapy continues, and I'm unpacking these things, my hopes is to get back to an even better, improved Chanel. Because naturally, I am such a hilarious, funny person. But yeah, if you need additional resources on where to get help from, let me know. I'll also provide some links in the description box. If you live in the state of Georgia, I can let you know. Actually, I just went through my jobs insurance directory and I looked up some positions, called a few. I am thorough. I like to look up like your credentials because I've studied psychology again. I want to make sure you're qualified to be able to be my therapist, and I really thank God for lucking up on this one because she is amazing. She takes no crap, but she's so gentle with her approach. It just works out for me. So I am finished telling you guys and catching you guys up to date on what I have been dealing with. Sorry if it's like a little bit of a damper, but this is necessary. I feel my heart feel. I know that sounds weird, but I feel it, you know? Nothing like I'm a stone cold person. I feel it, like I feel God. I feel God here, you know? Some people, when you hear things in your thought mind, your consciousness, your brain, you think it up here, but I feel it here, which lets me know that it's coming from a place from God. And that's where I truly live my truth. So I'm feeling good that this authenticity and rawness is coming from here. I promise you, it was meant from a place of love and not of an angry place or a bitter place. If I said some things that you don't agree with when I speak about church and stuff, or me wanting to curse, that's who I am. It has nothing to do with you. It's my life, and this is who I am. So I'm gonna continue to work on myself. I hope this video has helped someone. I already know it has. I already know that this video is going to help somebody. Comment below if it has helped you. I love my long deep breaths. I love it when I just take a minute and I'm just because oftentimes our brain lacks oxygen because we're just going. And it's good to take a moment and just breathe. This is who I am. I love it. I cannot wait to see my progression in my therapy. I don't know how long it's gonna last, but I'm committed to being the best me that I can be. If you have enjoyed today's video, be sure to subscribe. Also hit the notification bell. That way you'll be alerted when I upload something new. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Have a beautiful day. No 2, 3, 4 cuts. I'm going to let this be my absolute outro. Unedited, raw, unfiltered. This is me. I love it. Y'all have a beautiful day, and I'll see you very soon in another video. Bye.